What's up everybody, it's your boy Doody back again with another video, and I just saw our boy Boogie2988 just drop a video, one of his sad pity videos, where he responds to SunnyV2's video about Boogie, and it was kind of a documentary, mini style documentary on our boy Boogie. And of course, it's very similar to what Moist Critical did to DSP. And apparently, word got back to Boogie, and Boogie finally watched the video and provided his response. And in your typical low-cow fashion, especially with our boy Boogie, he plays the card of "oh, woe is me," and agrees with pretty much everything our boy SunnyV2 says, and still tries to manage to still make it seem like it isn't his fault. Anyway, let's watch the video, and essentially this is going to be an Inception style. Doody responds to Boogie, or no, Doody reacts to Boogie's reaction to the SunnyV2 video about him and his begging pathetic ways. So let's get into the video, PMs.
So if you're a fan of mine, you probably have seen this video recommended to you. You might have even watched it. And a lot of people have asked me to react to it. And today I thought I would. I feel like it's important I do. I normally don't watch these types of videos about me because sometimes they contain misinformation and outlandish claims. But I'm a fan of Sunny's, and I watch most of his videos. And I trusted him to get it right. So I clicked on the video, and it is surprising how accurate he got it. He's wrong about a few things here and there, but for the most part, I was very humbled by watching this video. At the beginning of the video, he talked about how, I came from no money, and the videos that I made that were personal about myself were always positive and uplifting, and I seemed to be quite the optimist. And that eventually changed, and it did. In 2017, I got divorced. I got a gastric bypass surgery. Internet sentiment turned against me, and in that year, I became a cynical, bitter, shitty, terrible person. That's definitely who I was. And
Oh my lord. No, Boogie, what ended up happening was you showed your true colors. And then when you got backlash, excessive backlash on that, you then decided to do your ops where you decided to try to destroy your detractors. You fed into the whole Reddit drama and Twitter drama. And then when that didn't work out for you, you then started leaning on your depression. And you started leaning on my child abuse. And that's when the snowball effect occurred. And of course, what that's going to end up doing is that's just going to turn off more people. Yeah, you're going to have your followers that follow you, but you ended up losing a shitload of viewers. You ended up losing a shitload of money, and it's all your fault. You have no one to blame but yourself. Let's keep going.
when Sunny showed that in the video, I realized that he was right. In fact, I've known it for a while. And normally this is where I would make excuses for that behavior.
Oh my lord, he's just like DSP. What is it with these locals, and when a content creator that's popular makes a video about them and calls them out for their bullshit, they then decide, oh, you know what? Everyone's that's been saying the same thing that this YouTuber is now saying. I shitted on them. I called them trolls. I called them assholes. I told everyone to ignore them. I basically trashed them. But now that SunnyV2 or Moist Critical or someone of that stature makes a video about me, oh, the lights turn on and oh my god, they were right. And they come to they have a come to Jesus moment and decide I need to make changes. And in this video you're going to watch it, our boy Boogie is going to promise to make changes. And of course, I set the betting odds 100 to 1 that our boy Boogie will be putting out a video by next week talking about his depression and his abuse or begging for money. I'll give him a week. It's just like Phil with his no beg promise. It took him literally 4 days before he broke that promise.
But there really is no excuse for that behavior, to become that person, to think that way, and then put that on my YouTube channel was self-destructive and idiotic, and that's what I did, and I have to live with that for the rest of my life. I faced the divorce, I faced a ton of internet hate, I faced my gastric bypass surgery and losing my coping mechanism of food. But instead of rising to that challenge, instead of being the optimist, instead of being the positive person that I'd always been, I let it spiral out of control, and I indulged myself, and I became self-defeating and self-loathing, and I hated myself, and I hated the world, and I hated being alive. And instead of fighting that by getting therapy and getting medication and going into rehab and getting better, I just ran with it. I just ran right down the rabbit hole into oblivion and irrelevance. And fuck, that was stupid. Every time we face a challenge, we make a choice. Whether we do it consciously, subconsciously, we do it instinctually, it doesn't matter. You make a choice. And the choice I made was self-destruction. The choice I made was the wrong one. In 2020, I tried to get better. I stopped live streaming. I started uploading only one video a week. I started intense therapy. I started medications. I started journaling every day and doing worksheets every day and getting better. I had a pretty major setback in September when I interacted with a very negative and bad person, and that person showed up on my front lawn. And I'm not going to talk too much about that, but I will say it served a very important breaking point for me, where I had to get better from that moment forward. I had to get better, otherwise I was going to jail. So I doubled down on the therapy, doubled down on the medication, and tried to learn how to be a better person. And Sunny was right. I was not smart with my money. I mean, I bought a lot of collectibles, obviously, which is a good thing because I can resell these, and I have been slowly reselling these to make ends meet over the last year.
No, it's not. It's not a good idea. Those collectibles are pretty much worthless. You're gonna end up selling them at a loss. I hate these people that call these it's like DSP and his statues and all that shit. That shit, he has them and they're probably in a closet somewhere because nobody wants to buy them. It's like him and his Magic the Gathering cards. You know, he claimed, oh my god, I spent $5,000, but I have out of that $5,000, I have really $10,000 in value in these cards. But they either never sell them, wait too long, keep them, or when they do decide to sell them, no one cares. Nobody's interested. Nobody's gonna give you several $100s for a stupid card. And that's what these locals don't understand. Look at all the trash in the back that he has. Trash. That's essentially trash. It serves no purpose. It's just clutter. The arcade games, okay, that might be something, but does he use them? They just sit there. You can't connect them to the internet, so you can't stream the games. And I doubt if the fat dude is gonna stay standing while playing that game. You know what I mean? So it's just utter trash. And I think he may have gotten some of them. Like, I don't even know. I don't think he got the arcade. I think he actually paid for them. So it's just waste. It's just waste of money. Just a waste. I could just picture that room just being filled with boxes and boxes and boxes of Magic the Gathering cards that he's probably spent anywhere between $40,000 and $50,000 on. These locales have a pattern, just like DSP, just like Wings. Wings thing is cars and trucks and food, and DSP shit is WWE champions, and Boogie shit is just trash, just collectible trash that he likes to waste money on.
But on top of that, I gambled in crypto and lost. I traveled. I spent money on people that I shouldn't have spent it on and doing things I shouldn't have done. And I have to live with that regret for the rest of my life because I really wish I had that security now. And I don't. And I could try to blame somebody else for investing in a shit coin that they told me was going to be good. But I'm the one who hit the buy button. I'm the one who flew to LA. I'm the one who flew to New York. I'm the one who spent his money. I just can't point the finger at anybody else. I'm the one who fired a gun that made me spend $27,000 in legal fees to stay out of jail. That's me. I did all of that. Now here I am, several years into therapy, several years into medication, several years into practicing those techniques, and I've gotten better.
Paying too much for business insurance?
Oh my God, I don't
let's
have
customize your
ad
plan.
block.
But I'm pretty far from perfect. I'm pretty far from the person that I was back in 2015, 2016. I think a lot of the things that have happened to me have irrevocably changed part of me, but I am more optimistic than I've been in a really long time. I feel more positively than I have in a really long time. I'm learning to like myself. I'm learning to forgive myself. It's a slow process because I'm really angry at myself. I'm really mad at myself. I look back at who I was in 2018, 2019, and I see an angry, bitter troll of a man who's literally delusional, not living in reality, not connected to actual reality. And I fucking hate that was me. I hate it, and I don't blame anybody else for hating it. Sunny, as well as Charlie and Muda and all these other people, have all said, if I make better content, I have a chance. And I think that means I'm definitely going to have to stop doing the personal content. I know that's going to be disappointing to a lot of you because I've trained you to really like that content and watch that content, and it doesn't mean I won't do it at all.
What? You trained your viewers to like and watch that stuff? See, that's the type of shit that DSP says. It's a low-cal mentality, and it's a cult-like mentality that Boogie DSP implore, and it's despicable. God, it's despicable. It's just, all right, let's keep watching this because I still got 3 minutes, and it's getting rough. It's getting rough for your boy Doody.
It just means I'm going to do far less of it and instead talk about interesting shit that doesn't come across as manipulation, doesn't come across as poor pity me. I don't want to talk about my money. I don't want to talk about my mental health. I want to keep that between me and my therapist. And I made this decision in therapy last night.
Oh, really? Last night? Oh, my lord. I don't know how many years I've been telling you this, Boogie, about your personal shit and your therapy and your depression. No one wants to hear about that shit. When people come to YouTube, they're usually trying to escape. They're trying to escape, their problems. They don't want to hear almost a 50-year-old man, 50-year-old obese man, problems. They don't want to hear that. They want to hear something interesting, something fun, something positive, and something entertaining. And that's something that you have not done for years. And that's the main reason why your channel essentially has died and your views have died, is because you have not pumped out any interesting content. The only content you pump out is stuff that detractors like myself can grab, clip it, post it, and people make fun of you. That's essentially what it is. So I just love that because one popular YouTuber made a video about you, criticizing you. Now everything's changed. You saw the light. It just reminds me of DSP a couple weeks ago when Moist Critical, essentially called him out for his begging, and then Phil had to change his life and now no longer begs. But as we can see, that isn't the case. He's still begging. He's sneak begging and stuff. And it'll be a few more weeks until he gets back into the whole begging, mindset. So I foresee that for you, Boogie. I foresee that in a couple weeks you'll be talking about your depression and your therapy. You'll preface it with, a lot of my fans or my viewers wanted a video on this, so I'm going to do it. Fuck the haters, fuck the trolls. I don't care what they're going to say, what they have to say. I'm putting it out for my viewers. That's what you're going to do. And then that's going to lead to the beg segments, and so on and so on. Boogie, you've been saying the same thing for God knows how long. How many years have you been talking about your weight loss? How many years? How many years? And I know change is difficult, but when it comes to you locals, I think change is impossible.
Therapist agrees. This is probably the best path for me. If it's disappointing to you guys, I'm sorry. I'll find a way to communicate with you about that stuff, even if it's membership, a second channel, something like that. But as long as I'm still a bitter, cynical asshole, I want to keep that to myself and my therapist. But going back to Sunny's video, looking at the video, I realized how obsessed with my money I became after my divorce, how bitter and angry I had become, how cynical, and how my content reflected that. And I've been working to change that for a while, but it shows me how desperately it needs to change. Because I always wanted to put positivity into the world, and I've put a lot of negativity in it, and I don't want to be that person anymore. So I'm going to go do some worksheets and some journaling and try to get better, and I have a second.
That's all this man talks about is seeing a therapist once or twice a week, journaling, and doing worksheets. Now, I have to be honest, I've never saw a psychologist or a therapist. So I don't know what the hell these worksheets are. What is he talking about? If someone can shed some light on the worksheets in the comment section, I'd appreciate it, because every stream is the same thing with Boogie. Journaling and worksheets, and I have no clue what the hell those worksheets are. So I'd appreciate it if someone enlightened your boy Doody.
In therapy session this Friday, so I'm excited to do that. And I'm going to continue to work on getting better. And when it comes to what I'm going to upload to this channel, I'm not going to talk about my money anymore. I'm not going to talk about my financial shit. I'm not going to talk about my mental health shit. And if I do talk about any of that, I'm only going to speak about it positively. Because that's what you guys deserve. Hell, that's what I deserve. I want to be better. I want to do this job better. For those of you who've checked me back out after that video, I really appreciate you. For those of you who've left mean or negative comments, I appreciate that too, because I know it comes from a place of some level of constructive criticism. For those of you who stuck by my side this whole time, God bless you. I really appreciate you guys. That said, as always, thanks for watching. I love you very much, and I will speak with you again soon. So if you're a fan of mine...
Okay. Lord. Oh my lord. What is it with these locales? And when YouTubers or popular YouTubers make videos about them, they just, you know, the light turns on in their brain and they see their wretched, terrible ways and now promise to change. Oh my lord. I think we need to get SunnyV2 and Moist Critical on retainer, and maybe they can do a video on Wings, and maybe Wings can change his horrible ways as well. The problem is you have to keep doing those videos because these locales, you know, you give them a couple weeks and they revert back to their old ways, you know, their old instinctive ways. So you gotta have to keep them on retainer, maybe pump out a video every couple weeks to keep them in line. So anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. This video was just an utter disaster, and I'm actually gonna watch the SunnyV2. I saw a little bit of it. I didn't see the whole thing. I'm gonna watch it, and then if I find it interesting to react to it, I may do that, just like I did with the who's that other one? The August the Duck video. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace out.